September 10th, 2025, a dark day in American politics.
Go, run, run. Thanks, Love.
The hugely influential conservative youth activist Charlie Kirk assassinated while speaking during a campus debate at a university in Utah. Conservatives lost an important voice on Wednesday, but so did the president. Kirk not only had a major impact on American politics, but just on the youth movement he ignited that helped Donald Trump win the presidency in November.
Donald Trump is running on a once-in-a-generation campaign to revitalize the American dream for a generation that has been mortgaged by the DC political class over the last 50 years.
You really cannot overstate this guy's influence among young people on the right. And it's not an exaggeration to say he himself could have probably been president one day. Reaction to his death was immediate.
This is detestable, what's happened. Political violence has become all too common in American society, and this is not who we are.
Trump ordered flags at half-staff across the country, Republicans and Democrats alike joining and condemning this latest spasm of gruesome violence that has erupted across this country.
This news is not just that of the murder of a prominent political figure, but also the news of a wife who grieves her husband, of a 1-year-old and a 3-year-old who will grow up without a father.
I'm Carlo Versano, and this is how the killing of Charlie Kirk shook this nation. This week from the White House. If you're still struggling to understand the significance of this guy, Charlie Kirk, I understand, I get it, right? For many Americans, he existed in this sort of amorphous world of right-wing influencers and provocateurs. He was much more significant than that. Kirk built an entire political apparatus from scratch with Turning Point USA. If you're unfamiliar with Turning Point, it is the nonprofit that Kirk co-founded in 2012 when he was just 18. It was dedicated to recruiting and organizing students in the conservative movement, which Republicans had famously failed to accomplish in recent generations. Charlie Kirk was not Alex Jones.
I can get Obama's emergency alerts through this.
He was not Nick Fuentes.
We're having something like Taliban rule in America, in a good way.
Or any of these guys whose main job is to sort of stoke division on the underbelly of the internet.
As many of you know, I visit college campuses, so you don't have to.
Do you feel proud of yourself for debating college kids? Do you think that's a little bit silly?
Are you a voter?
I am a voter. I'm a registered voter.
I vote and you vote. So I'm talking to voters of this country that will determine the future of Western civilization.
Kirk was on his patented American comeback tour when he was fatally shot at Utah Valley University. He created a space for open dialogue and debate about hot-button topics in the news, and he had some hot-button opinions, controversial, some might say divisive, but opinions that he was not afraid to state in the public square, quite literally.
Young people need to get married, they need to mate, and get a mortgage.
We need far less people that are hyper-educated in the humanities and communications and psychology.
But perhaps more significantly, we can really credit Kirk for fostering the young red wave that undoubtedly helped propel Donald Trump to the White House in 2024.
And you need to go to every single person you know and say, are you voting for Trump? Well, you know, I don't know if I'm gonna vote. And you have to repeat this. You say, no new wars, no tax on tips, no tax on overtime.
In states where young voters have really long favored Democrats, Trump and Kamala Harris were pretty much neck and neck during the campaign last year. And we can probably thank Charlie Kirk for that and for Trump's eventual win.
I won the young people by 37%, and Charlie Kirk will tell you TikTok helped, but Charlie Kirk helped also.
Kirk also shared a close relationship with the president's family, and his inner circle. I mean, it was President Trump himself who announced Kirk's death on social media.
And I want to express my tremendous gratitude to Charlie Kirk. He's really an amazing guy. He's done something that is just incredible for somebody really of his age. Charlie inspired millions, and tonight, all who knew him and loved him are united in shock and horror. I'm pleased to announce that I will soon be awarding Charlie Kirk posthumously the Presidential Medal of Freedom.
Kirk was a big Trump supporter, but he also wasn't afraid to go against him. Earlier this year, Kirk criticized Trump for sending B-2 bombers to strike those Iranian nuclear facilities.
The younger voters that I represent on college campuses, they are war-weary, they don't want foreign conflict, they don't want foreign intervention.
Arguing it could turn off young supporters because of Trump's commitment to, quote,
no new wars.
But notably, Trump didn't criticize Kirk when this happened, even as the president got into tiffs with other right-wing voices like Tucker Carlson, who similarly criticized the bombing of Iran.
It's so distressing. It should go without saying, but I mean, I'm praying for the success regardless of, whatever America does, because I'm praying for America, but I'm concerned.
President Trump, I really believe, is on a mission from the Almighty to save this country.
I think it's safe to say that Trump respected Kirk. As I said, Kirk was close friends with the president, his son, Donald Trump Jr., as well as Vice President J.D. Vance, who is rumored to have been tapped as the president's running mate last year, thanks in part to a push from Kirk.
Who do you want to see as Trump's VP?
J.D. Vance.
Really, that is your
Yes.
pick? If you had a second choice, who would it be?
J.D. Vance.
The White House has a lot to thank Charlie Kirk for.
Donald Trump is evidence that God is not done with the United States of America, that our best days are ahead of us.
Before we end, I want to share some final thoughts on the state of political violence in this country. What happened Wednesday is a catastrophe for American politics, and I do not say that lightly. We can debate about it, but really neither party, no one movement in this country has a monopoly on political violence. We have a progressive media bubble that has primed a good number of us to believe that we are watching our democracy wither and die in real time. Are we shocked when unhinged people see that as a call to take up arms? We also have a conservative media bubble that sees the left or the media itself as the enemy of the people. I am begging you all, we must do whatever we can to stop this. Political violence is a contagion, and as we all know, when contagion spread, no one is safe. If you are so blinded by partisanship that you can't see what happened in Utah this week is an attack on all of us, on all Americans, I just don't know what to tell you. Conservatives have lost an important voice, and I don't think any of us are going to like what fills the vacuum. If this is the watershed moment, my gut is telling me it is. God help us all.